Hi Pisces, this is Trudy, and it looks as if we're a little fuzzy here. I'm not exactly sure why, but I wanted you to see. Check it out. Look at that beautiful bike on the wall. Yeah, working on the triathlete thing, so it's kind of cool. Anyway, here you go, Pisces. I'm a Pisces moon. I'm very excited to read for you, and let's find out what's going on for us in the month of May. I'm going to do a 4-card spread, and again, if you're looking for a reading that will resonate with love, check your moon sign. You can go below to see those links. First card to come up for you, King of Wands, King of Rods, reversed. Interesting. Now that's an interesting card actually to come up for you because you are a water sign, and this is the card. Again, water would mean that you're the queen of the heart, the queen of creativity. This would be the guy who's very impulsive, doesn't think things through before he rushes toward a new adventure. He's always rushing toward a new adventure. This is the fire sign king. This is Leo, this is Aries, this is Sag. And so if you have anyone around you who is one of those signs, if you're perhaps your partner, your father, or someone in your life is one of those signs, or your boss even, that's going to take center stage. And also this card can speak to energy overall. And so the energy opens for us as sort of this scattered kind of type of energy, but with also within career or it's something serious, okay? Something that we need to take serious. It hasn't quite formed or gelled. So it is scattered sort of to the ether. So that might be coming up for some of you as well. So if you're looking for new job prospects, or you're trying to find a situation where you can sort of create, or you've got an idea as an entrepreneur, and it's sort of it's coming together, but slowly, I'm hearing for some of you. Again, the King of Wands, if you're in relationship and this is your other half, that person may feel scattered or not sure of exactly where they're going. That is another possibility. I do hear from the guides that, and this is not all of you, but for some of you, you may be dealing with someone who has interest in someone else. Or for instance, if you have a partner and this is, someone who you either maybe live with or even married to, they have interest in someone else. Doesn't mean they're going to act on it, but you may be picking up on some of these vibes because you're Pisces, you're very intuitive. You get stuff, information, and you even pick it up from the aura of your mate. And so you might be sensing that there's some sort of infatuation, or there may be just some, it's a different sort of vibe that you might be getting. And I'm hearing that for some of you, but don't take it too seriously. I don't really see it going anywhere. It feels like it's just scattered energy, and that the passion that you usually experience isn't there. Now, if you're looking for love, again, Pisces, this may be a man who you feel very drawn to. Again, Leo, Sag, Aries, this is the showy guy, overly showy guy sometimes. Sometimes he's even loud, wearing loud colors, liking the limelight. He wants attention. He needs attention. So this may be someone who you're drawn to. It doesn't necessarily mean this is not a good person. He's kind of flamboyant. Again, over the top. So someone around you, and however you decide to deal with that, we will see. So the next card to come up, the Tower. That's in the challenge position for our Pisceans this month. Now, of course, don't get mad at me, because I know when we see the Tower, you guys get really unhappy. But it doesn't necessarily mean that it's the end of the world. And even though it looks like the end of the world, it's in the challenge position. And so it can speak to a lot of things. One could be that you're just challenged by weather conditions in the month of May. That's a possibility. There could be a storm, actual real life storm blowing through. Or it can also mean that there's a situation of ego, okay, where you have to let go of something that really wasn't built upon a solid foundation. And this is going to do nothing but help you in the future, because this was never a real thing anyway. And so not to mourn the loss of it, but to understand that sometimes we have to let certain things, situations, edifices, parts of our personalities sort of burn down in order to allow for regrowth. So not to worry, not to feel too concerned about this. I am a Pisces moon, and so I don't want to see this card either. But I do think that you will have a new opportunity that will come out of this. I'm hearing from your guides. But again, look at technology around you, things that you depend upon, because you want to make sure you got your files backed up. You want to make sure that everything is in order this month, in the month of May, I'm hearing. And again, if you have to evacuate for some reason, to make sure that you take with you the things that will support you while you're going through the cleanup process, you'll want to be prepared for that as well. I'm hearing that for some of you, that could be a possibility. And I'm also hearing that for some of you, you may have to abandon actual ideas that you had, hopes, like certain things that you're building. It could even mean that you're building a code, you're building an application, you're building, this could be entrepreneurial, this could be something that you sort of rushed into with someone else, and then you realize that it's not going to work, and it just kind of blows up on you. I don't feel like it's anything really dire. It's not a dangerous situation, so to speak, but it's just something that it's like a false start. So if it does blow up, you'll rebuild, and you'll build better the next time. The next card to come up for you, again, we have the Four of Pentacles. And now the Four of Pentacles is coming up. It is coming up reversed. Four of Pentacles is a good card, Pisces, and this speaks to creating a sense of financial security so that you can have both feet firmly planted upon the ground, and being frugal, watching where your money's going and knowing exactly what's happening. I'm hearing subscriptions. If some of you have subscriptions to certain services, you may want to check and make sure that you're using them, so to speak. Look at your bank account, make sure that everything's accounted for. If there are extra charges, I'm hearing for some of you, you may find extra charges in your bank account this month. You're really paying attention to the details. So financially, that is important. Your guides are saying to stick your finger in the dike and make sure that any holes in that you might have overlooked, okay, in your finances, that you prop those things up. The other thing that I'm hearing for some of you is that if you're feeling as if you have to hold on to every dime so tightly that you can't pay attention to what else, the other things that are going on around you, you might want to relax and let go a little bit not worry so much and trust the universe and have faith a little bit in the universe, because this card did come up for us reversed. And when it comes up reversed, that is just a magnification of the card. And you can see this guy is holding on to every dime he ever earned. So not to worry so much about that, but also can mean that you are holding on to not just money, but people a little too tightly. And if you do so, you might suffocate them. So let go a little bit, especially if you're in a relationship. Have faith in the universe that your spouse, your partner, that whoever it is that's charming the pants off of you, as you can see, this King of Rods reversed has that ability, that you don't try to hold on too tightly to this person, because they're you could snuff them out, you know. They're a bright flame that needs to burn, and you want to let it just burn. And so not to hold on too tightly. I'm hearing that as well. Again, there could be a need to more or less count your shekels, because again, magnified, it can mean you're not paying attention, but count and make sure that you have enough budget balance. Hearing that, making sure that going into this summer, you are taking care of the basics, things at home. You're making sure that if you go on vacation, you got a safeguard, or even like that Nest thing where you can turn things off from your cell phone. That kind of thing could work very well, especially with this Tower card in the challenge position, and having issues with, you know, small accidents, or you know, patterns coming through. You know, it's kind of like sometimes when you see this type of energy, you just think it's like it's getting like a shock to the system. The Tower is like that, where you're like, whoa, and it's a quick wake-up call. But you know, shock. There could be some sort of something within the home, something that just be forewarned that you might want to check out the electrical patterns, what's happening, and make sure everything's grounded, I guess is what I'm hearing. And that's pretty specific, but just make sure that you've got a backup plan for this. Some of you may even need a generator. I know it's a little early going into this season, hurricane season, that kind of thing. But I'm feeling like there's it's windy, gusty weather with this King of Rods reversed. It's energy as well. So fire too, you know. So just, you know, watch out for some of that. Just make sure that you've got everything sort of buttoned up, and everything is in order before you do leave the home. You want to make sure you secure everything. Now, I want to say one more time that if you are in relationship, so for some of you, you may be feeling as if you have to investigate. You have to check things. You know, you want to make sure that this person, your beloved, is true to you. You hold on too tightly. You pay. Okay, so this is, you want to focus on yourself, your surroundings, your car, whatever is keeping you secure on a daily basis. Okay, so don't worry about what you can't control. Okay, I guess that's what we're saying here. Take care of those things that you can control. So there you go. Last card to come up is the Emperor reverse. So we have two masculine cards. This is the card of the patriarchy, and it is reversed. So it is dogma. It's someone making up rules just for the sake of making up rules. And it can be you railing against that. It can even mean that you don't like what's going on right now in the broader scope. watching the news and you don't like the idea of what's going on. And now we're not doing a reading for the country or for the United States or anything like that, but I feel like it is almost that type of reading here, where you have this impulsive type of person at the beginning of this reading, this King of Rods reversed, and then we have this Tower. So this is like sort of the idea of the zeitgeist, I guess, of the time. Like you're feeling this zeitgeist and you're like, oh my gosh, the world could more or less go to hell in a handbasket. But we have to have faith that on a day-to-day basis, we're going to be able to take care of ourselves but still at the same time trust the universe and not hold on too tightly. And so that comes to mind. It's just a lesson that, you know, really it's up to all of us really to band together, to work, to make sure that we have our freedom in place and somebody's not like squashing us like little ants, okay? Now this Emperor card, it's a very interesting card. Again, it is the card of the dictator. And so again, I'm reading for love here, and I want to say you might feel like someone's dictating rules to you. And so that's not going to be a relationship that actually has any sort of sustainability, because Pisces, you are intuitive, you know yourself, you know exactly what you want, but having someone dictate to you isn't going to work at all. So again, if you have someone in your life and this person seems very charming, you're going to find in the end that they actually are quite dogmatic about their belief system, and they may be of a different, you know, they may have a different political viewpoint than you do, and they may feel very strongly about that, and so that's sort of coming up as well. But again, it can mean the Emperor is also the bad daddy card reversed, so could mean that the person who you had seen as the protector, the provider, the father figure, the one who made you safe, isn't doing his job, so to speak, as much as you would like for him to this month. And now again, if you're a male Piscean out there, and we have plenty of them, this could be a month where you're just feeling like you just want to play, have fun. You don't want to be responsible. You don't want to have to watch the checkbook every 5 minutes. You don't want to have the responsibilities that you normally do, and you may divest yourself of them. And and that may be predicated by a situation that, you know, maybe it's at work, or maybe something shows you that you have to live in the moment, that you have to appreciate each day, and that you have to let go and let God a little bit. And I see that coming up too. You know, there's some lessons here, but again, you could play and play so hard that perhaps that something pops up because you hadn't attended to. Your guides are saying attended to detail, and so I see some of that as well. Now, be careful in the office. If you are a working Piscean, be careful in the office, because how you comport yourself is being observed. And I do see that this month you're sort of under the microscope, and you want to be aware that that you keep your private life separate from the company. So I see that and I hear that, and that may help somewhat in terms of avoiding a situation that would not be good for you. So, and aligning yourself with someone in the office perhaps who is even an influence, and perhaps they're guiding you in a direction that isn't how you would normally comport yourself, I guess, is what I'm seeing. So following the rules and not trying to reinvent the rules at work, in the office, in any organization will serve you well. So last thing that I want to mention here is that Pisces, you don't want to be greedy, okay? So if somebody is leaving an organization, if they've been fired perhaps, and they were a friend of yours, you could benefit from that. However, you don't want to be greedy, and whatever that means, just sort of bide your time until things even out. You're going to be cleaning up some messes perhaps at the end of the month, and when you do, you're going to have to follow a set sort of prescription for that. There's a prescription you have to do a certain way. So there you go. That's pretty interesting. Again, at the end, we have the Father card, or the rule maker. And so rules can actually accomplish quite a lot, because they allow us to recreate structure in a way that feels very safe. And these rules may feel a bit constricting at the end of the month, but I do think they're going to make you feel as if you've got some sort of foundation underneath you, and you'll be able to come back and rebuild. And this is all coming and going very quickly. So this tower comes on the scene and goes off, you rebuild, but this time you have a prescription for rebuilding. So there you go. And I really appreciate you tuning in. If you would like, Pisces, to get a private and personal reading, please do so. Click the link below. And I'm happy to do so. I'm happy to read for you. Private and personal readings are easy. Just choose a reading, go to the website, and then I will email you. I see when you have chosen a reading, purchased a reading. I see that. I'll email you. We'll get started, and you'll have your reading right away. So I thank you very much. Have a wonderful May. May is the month to take a deep breath and welcome spring and summer. So it's my birthday month too. Okay, bye-bye.